Apparently, 8% of US adults believe they could beat a gorilla in a one-on-one fight. And those people are idiots. But what if you had some backup? Or what if it wasn't just a gorilla? What if you were fighting 100 duck-sized horses? Or 1,000 toddlers? Such is the premise for an upcoming game called How Many Dudes? This is a very amusing roguelite auto-battler that gets surprisingly in-depth as you go on. I've been playing the demo for this game and having an absolute blast. I think this actually could be a very good game. I'll tell you what, let me go ahead and start up a new run and you can see exactly how this is going to work. So this is your one regular dude. And the question is, can one man defeat 10 toddlers in Mortal Kombat? And the answer should always be yes. This brings us into combat mode where I cannot control my character, who he targets, what he does, etc. He's just gonna go around and find things and start beating on them. The good news is toddlers are extremely weak. You ever been hit by a toddler? I have. It can hurt, but they're not gonna take you down. In the meantime, he goes splat. Now, by winning combat, we get some money, which we can use for progression. Plus, we'll be able to get an extra reward in this case by hiring up some more dudes of various different types. Different classes of dudes are going to have different abilities, and you can imagine they can synergize with each other in very interesting ways. Let's say I want to take this wizard dude who not only will be punching things, but there's a good chance he throws out a fireball and does a lot of extra damage in AoE. Not bad in the early game, so I'll pick him up. Be careful though, you can only ever have 5 specialized classes. So you need to make sure that you're trying to get the best synergy possible. Now at this point we have a choice. Can my 2 dudes beat 4 little ducks and 7 toddlers? Or can they beat 7 duck-sized horses for a bit of extra money? I think we can win that, so let's go ahead and start beating up a bunch of tiny, teeny little horses. Boom goes the fireball, and we should be able to win this fight. Only 1 remaining. Goodbye. Nice. We get some extra cash for ourselves. We also got ourselves another wizard, and we can pick between some relics. Now, like with many roguelites, you get to choose between 1 of 3 different random options. There is a neutral pool of relics that apply for everybody, but one thing I like about this game is different classes also get some very specific relics for them as well. So every time I play the game, depending on my class makeup, I get extra replayability because I have different relics to work with. Anyway, in this case, Enchanted Girdle. If a wizard dude takes fatal damage, he teleports to safety with an extra shield for all of his HP, and he can do this once every 10 seconds. That's not bad. Anything that's going to make sure your guys don't get knocked unconscious is actually pretty good, so I'll take that. Now, these guys are a little squishy, so I am worried about being able to fight 4 rats and 7 little ducks instead of 20 toddlers. Toddlers I can beat all day, but we'll give this one a shot, because if we lose, we should be able to teleport out of there. It's the regular dude I have to worry about. So this one wizard might go down, but there we go. He teleports to safety, he's got a shield, and as a result, we are completely fine. Cool. We get some extra money. Now we have another type of dude. What do we want? Samurai dudes, warlock dudes, who I guess does a bit of damage over time more than anything. That's okay, I guess. Or we could have necro dudes who summon skeletons. Now this guy takes a little bit of work because you need a lot of relics and some specific classes to really make this guy synergize, but if you can do it, the necro dude is really good. I'm gonna take it. He summons skeletons. If the skeleton falls, no problem. He'll summon another one. So we have, hopefully, a bit of extra sustain on the map. We can fight a bunch of tiny horses again. Generally speaking, I find that it's a lot easier to fight lots of small things in this game than a small number of very big things, because the big things can just one-shot you. Small things you have a chance to kind of overcome as time goes on. I'll take another necro dude just so we have more stuff on the field. Now, every few rounds, you're gonna have a merchant come by. In this case, one thing he'll give me for free is some dude juice. Now, we haven't had any of our guys get knocked out in combat, but one thing you need to know, if your guys get knocked unconscious, they're out of combat for a little while until they have a chance to recover. In this case, usually 3 whole rounds before they will be able to come back into the fight. The dude juice is a way of getting around that. If they fall in combat, you could use this and in the fight and revive 5 people, or if you wait until the end of combat, you can revive 10. This is your way of getting back into the fight if you need to and your guys have fallen. Now, what do we want here? Your dudes get extra attack speed for every undead on your team. Interesting, so if you focus on having a lot of undead stuff, this could be very good for us. Or we could have the Frenzy Stone, all dudes get attack speed for every active Skeledude. Well, if I think about it here, this would be 4% attack speed, or in this case, it's gonna be 3, but the more of them I have, this one's not capped. So it seems to me like the Frenzy Stone is just objectively better. I'm going to go ahead and buy that. You'll also be able to buy some consumables from the merchant. In this case, it's a health potion. Other times, it's an item like a burner phone that's going to help you relocate units so they don't get kind of isolated if you want to. Or you can drop a meteor and blow a lot of stuff up. It's not bad, but I'm going to save my money for the moment. Let's just move on. Can we fight some goats and rats, or do I need to fight a bunch of small things? I don't really have a good front line, so I think I'll just fight a bunch of small things and accept a smaller amount of money, at least until I can put these guys through their paces and see what they can do. Now, there are going to be some relics that make the Necro Dudes actually surprisingly good tanks, but I don't know if I'm going to get that anytime soon, so we'll worry about that later. Let's get more Necro Dudes because the extra attack speed just keeps building up for me, so that's fine. And, oh boy, can I fight 3 goats? Maybe I can. Maybe I can fight 3 goats. Let's see if I can fight 3 goats. I might lose a wizard here or 2, but again, they can teleport away if that is an issue. My skeletons are currently kind of absorbing a lot of the hits. We just have to beat up this last goat. No, we're fine. We're completely fine. I can beat up the goats. Okay, we're good. What do we want next? Ooh, okay, healers. This could be really good. Cleric dudes, every 2 seconds, the cleric creates a pulse at the most injured dude, and it heals them and all nearby dudes for 100% of his DPS. It's not bad, but the more dudes you have, the least healing you get. Medics, on the other hand, always are going to heal the most injured dudes every time, but only if he's in combat. The more damage this guy does, the more healing he pumps out. I think this is going to be more consistent for what I need, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Now we've got medics on the team. I can fight 72 toddlers any day of the week. Toddlers do not scare me. I got skeletons, I got fireballs. We're fine. Well, one regular dude nearly died. You can see the health pools, by the way, in the top left, which is nice. But nah, I think that toddlers are basically just free money. More necro dudes for more attack speed. Sounds good. Also got pocket dice, so I can re-roll something. That could be useful in the right moment. Can I fight a bunch of mallard ducks? Yeah, I can fight a bunch of mallard ducks, I'm pretty sure. Well, I say that one of my wizards is about to go down, but he teleports out. The other one's about to go down, but he's going to teleport out. No, we're fine. Totally fine. Didn't lose anybody. So far, this is working out nicely. I'm not getting all of the synergies I'd really like, but we're getting there. I'll take another medic. They're pretty good. Skeledudes get extra toughness and then taunt enemies to attack them when they're summoned. There we go. Now we have a way of protecting some of my squishier dudes, and if the skeletons die, no problem. I just get to summon more of them. So we'll take the bony backhand. I don't even have to think about the rest of it. 100 toddlers? Fine. Skeletons, taunt all the toddlers. Take the hits for me while my wizards blow them up with fireball. And you guys kind of see where this game gets so dang amusing. I mean, it's just such a stupid, whimsical combat, but it's pretty fun. Now, you think it's going pretty easy right now. You might think we're doing really well. This can turn on us very quickly if we are not careful, but we'll see. I'm debating now, do I want to take a paladin with a pretty good amount of HP and some damage, who has the ability to bless random dudes, and that means they reduce damage taken and then it redirects some of the damage to the paladin? Or do I want the Warlock because he can basically take any damage to himself and then spread it out over time, which gives my medics more opportunities to properly heal this character up? Hard to say here, honestly. They're both pretty good, but I think the Paladins might be a bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and take these guys. They're fine. Not a phenomenal take, but they're not bad either. Let's see, when we land crits, I don't really have a crit build here. Death Relic, all dudes get extra damage per unconscious dude. Yeah, I think this counts for when your skeletons get knocked out, I'm pretty sure. So this could be a way of getting myself a lot of extra damage, and I will take it. More pocket dice, these are hard to come by, so I will take that, and I'll buy an extra dude juice just in case, but for right now, we're fine. I don't want to fight a wolf. One wolf actually scares me about as much as 6 goats. I'd rather fight the 6 goats and get extra money and ignore as much of that as we can. You can see the blessing on some of these characters, by the way. They got the little bubble around them, so they're just going to reduce their damage, and the paladin takes some of it for them. But that's fine, because if he takes extra damage, the medics hopefully will prioritize keeping him alive. We did lose one of our necro dudes somehow. Not happy about that, but I mean, he'll come back in a few rounds. I think we'll be okay. Can we fight 20 geese with this build? I think the answer is yes, so let's try it. I don't know why oh, we lost a regular dude already. I don't know why people are so scared of geese. I think I totally could beat a bunch of geese. I'm not really scared of geese at all. I feel like, you know, when people have all these videos of the geese that are just like charging after people and they scream and run away, like, what's the goose gonna do? I'd just grab it by the neck. It's a really big neck. It's easy to deal with. Why do people run? Never made sense to me. Never made any sense. Ooh, Ooh, calcium pills. Skeledudes get extra HP and necrodudes get more HP. Since my skeletons are trying to taunt, that actually could be relevant for me, so we'll give that one a go. We get 2 items. Cool. Or sorry, some crap. Bottled lightning, I love this. Do damage to all the enemies and kind of split it amongst them and stun them. Or, if you wait until later in the round, there's one big guy left, he takes all this damage. That is a ton. Strange Spores is interesting. The units are going to try to spread their HP out amongst themselves, so you kind of all fall at once, but it's a good way of keeping some people up and running. I can fight 72 little ducks. They're like toddlers. You just punt them, kick them once, they practically explode against the wall. Who's even worried? Who's even worried? Totally fine. Now, I still have a couple of guys who are down. They have not revived yet, but they will soon enough. I think, soon enough. More wizards or more medics. It never is bad to have more medics because it just means more healing getting pumped out. That said, more DPS isn't a bad thing either, but I'm going to go with the medics. The more sustain I have, the happier I am. This will be a much tougher fight. 108 toddlers I'm not worried about. If I had more wizards, that'd be great, but I think I can fight this. Let's go ahead and fight a whole bunch of goats. Hopefully I don't lose anybody out of this arrangement. I'm kind of watching the HP. The paladin's really close to going down. Same with the necro dude. Don't die on me, buddy. Fight that dog-sized rat. Fight that dog-sized rat and that go. You get him. There we go. Okay. That was a little bit close. Little close. If I didn't have as many medics as I did, we might have been in some trouble. More necro dudes? Yes, I like that. That's good. All dudes get a chance to block damage. All dudes get extra healing, or every time a paladin dude is knocked out, his blessed target is knocked out, his remaining blessing, which is just 1, gets stronger, getting even more effect. I mean, I don't think this is great. I think the extra healing can be good, but I'm not thrilled about most of this. I could use one of my pocket dice, and I'm going to re-roll this and try for something better. The dude at the end of your roster type gets 30% more HP. Not bad. Whenever a dude taunts an enemy, there's a chance that it's going to summon an extra Skeledude. That pairs up nicely with what I've got. Or if your dude get thrown around, they have a chance to instantly recover. This is good if I had really, really good dedicated tanks. This might be okay because I'm going to be summoning a lot of Skeledudes as I continue taunting. I hope. Maybe it works, maybe it does not. Let's go ahead and fight 48 rats. Come on, Skeledudes, do all that taunting. Stay alive for me. Staying alive. Which is ironic, since the Skeledudes are dead. But it's fine. So they did their job, they taunted. Some of them fall, and whenever one of them falls, I do lose some of that attack speed, but we can get that back. So it's not the end of the world. I'll take an extra wizard just because I think a bit more AoE wouldn't be bad. Knuckle bones. When your dudes are hit by an enemy's cleave, they have a chance to curse the attacker, reducing its cleave damage. Good against some big enemies, actually. Not bad. Morphine. Medic has a chance of applying extra temporary health. I like that. I like that a lot, so we'll pick that up. I can do both, actually. Yeah, let's do both. Let's also take the Knuckle Bones. This is going to be pretty helpful against some of the big late-game enemies. It's not useful right now. Now, at round 15, I have a chance to fight a Cougar. 25% of its damage ignores temporary health. Now, I have some of that now, thanks to some relics, but it's not that bad. He's a little scary. Do we want to fight a Cougar? A Cougar can absolutely mess you up if you are not ready. I wish I had a bigger, tankier unit. Maybe I could fight this, though. Do we think so? I'm going to give it a shot. And if it looks like I can't, well, then I have some dude juice, which can revive me. One of my wizards is in a bit of danger from said Cougar, but if he has to teleport away, so be it. The Cougar looks like he's almost going down. One medic did, in fact, die. That is unfortunate. But we got the extra money. I'm going to have to say that that was an acceptable risk. More Skeledudes. The more Skeledudes I have, the better off I'm going to be. Let's take on another big fight. Lots of skeletons, lots of taunting. Stay alive long enough, please, and thank you. Just hold these Canadian geese back. Canadian geese? Far scarier than a normal goose. Why? I don't know. It's funny. What other reason were you looking for exactly? I am liking all the extra temporary HP that I'm seeing from the medics. That is pretty helpful. Another paladin to help spread the damage around. Yeah, more tanks. Kind of a good idea. 35 geese. I think that's about as dangerous as some goats and stuff. We should be able to strangle a bunch of geese, right? Now, of course, you have to be a little bit careful because your units aren't exactly all, spread in a nice even pattern whenever you start a new fight. If one guy gets caught out by like 20 geese at once, that could be a small problem, but I'm hoping we're going to be fine. I am watching, by the way, this death rattle, and it's definitely triggering as we have skeletons fall, which works out very nicely for me. Do I want to have clerics or do I want to have vampires? Not really. I think I'd rather have the Franken dudes. Why? Because they get extra max HP and damage for every unconscious dude. This pairs with my Necro dudes. So we're going to pick him up as my final class. Hopefully this is the right call. I'm going to kind of put everything I've got into it. One alpha wolf sometimes seeks out injured dudes. I don't really want to fight that. I don't feel like fighting a wolf. A wolf actually could kill a bunch of my guys. Woo, some of my medics are on the verge of going down. No, we lost a medic. All right, when medics go down, that actually hurts. Might have to end up using some dude juice. I'd like to avoid that if we can, but let's see how that goes. Just need more skeletons, man. More skeletons would be great. More Franken dudes isn't bad either. This guy does have a cleave attack, which is really, really nice. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and keep getting more Franken dudes. The stronger they are, the better off. All dudes get HP, not bad. Dudes healed by the medics get extra attack speed for a few seconds, also not bad. Or the merchants can be charmed into giving me a free restock. I'm going to take the epinephrine. Sure, make my medics even more effective. The more medics I have, the better off that's going to be. We can fight 56 mallards. How different is that from a bunch of little ducks at the end of the day, really, when you think about it? And the answer is probably not all that different. Don't you dare die on me, Necro Dude. I'm watching you. There we go. He's fine. Got a little on the close side. Every once in a while, we're having some trouble. More Necro Dudes? Yeah, sure. More Necro Dudes means more taunt. More peelings that fall, better Franken dudes. Bottled Lightning? I'll take it. Organ Bucket? Heal every second. Wow, some regen? How much is 2 really at the end of the day? Is that enough to really be worth it? I'm not sure about that, if I'm honest with you. I'm not really sure about that. I think it's okay, but good against big targets who don't attack all that frequently. I think I'm going to do a restock here and try for something better. Flaming Skull. Skeledudes are going to burn for their max HP every second. Remember, I have extra max HP, so that's pretty good. Or the Bloody Talisman, whenever we receive healing, get a little bit of extra attack speed. Also good, but I'm going to go for the Flaming Skull. Now at day 20, we are fighting a boss. In this case, it's 258 bees. They're also serrated, which means they can pass through my temporary health. This might hurt a lot. Let's give it a go. What you may want to do is consider using an item. I'll pause for a second. So we could use the strange spores and try to distribute our HP amongst ourselves. I could use the burner phone, or this is a good chance to use some bottled lightning, which I'll do. 3,000 damage spread amongst a bunch of different bees. That reduces their numbers by a ton and makes this a fairly easy fight for me. Okay. I was just a little afraid. That's enough bees that they could actually start knocking my guys down. And if you start running out of dudes, that's a problem, man. Let's take some extra paladins, not bad. Sequin Vest, evasion, could be good. Reduce the price of meteors, make it do more, not bad. Franken dudes get even more cleave and damage, but lose attack speed. Honestly, worth it in my opinion. The raw damage could be really good against some big targets. I'll take a bunch of little ducks, though. These Frankens are going to just start shredding at this point, straight through all the ducks. So who's worried about that? Don't you fall on me, Paladin. Why aren't the medics healing the Paladin? That's a question. Honestly, the problem is the medics aren't doing enough damage. They heal every time they do 50 damage, right? I'm gonna take another Franken dude here. So that means what you really want them to do is increase their attack speed so they hit more frequently, or you want them to increase their damage. They only do 20. So they have to hit 3 times in order to start triggering off some heals. That's the idea. Do we think we can fight a whole bunch more bees? Cannot be hit by cleave? That kind of goes against my build. I think I'd rather just go ahead and fight a bunch of rams and other such stuff. This should be okay. We've got a lot of extra blessings going around thanks to the paladins, which is nice. It's one of the reasons the paladins are taking as much damage as they are, which I'm not a fan of, but the more I distribute that healing, probably the more opportunities for my medics to get in there and do something. More medics, by the way, also good. More pocket dice, also good. 99 rats, I think I can beat 99 rats. A bunch of little things is almost always going to be easier than fighting a few big things, all right? Now, one paladin's in danger of going down, but I think we're fine. Good. Our build is working here. I can't say that it's the best build I've ever had by any stretch, but it's not bad. More Necro dudes. Sure, that just means even more Frenzy Stone. I mean, we should be getting, what? Like 16? No, not 16. 12% extra attack speed for every active Skeledude. That's not bad, dude. That's not bad at all, dude. I am saying dude intentionally, by the way. It gets into your brain after a little bit. Let's fight a whole bunch of geese. Can I beat a whole bunch of geese? Yeah, the geese are no threat at all. And the stronger your team gets, at some point, certain animals are just literally no threat to you at all. You'll be completely fine. Hidden daggers. All dudes get cleave. Not bad. Brass knuckles. Whenever someone gets knocked out, all active dudes get extra damage as well. These are both good because if the skeletons go down, that's just more damage. So I'm going to take both. Now we get a lot of extra damage as my skeletons fall, and we get cleave so I can spread that damage around. Not bad at all. I'll take an extra round of strange spores in case I need it. Now we have to fight some bigger, scarier things. The feral hogs. Gain extra run speed and attack speed for every creature nearby of the same type. So if there's a lot of feral hogs, they're scary. Or the honey badgers, they just can ignore your taunts, which is bad for me because I do rely on that taunt. So let's just go ahead and fight the hogs instead. Some necro dudes and a little bit of damage are going down. One of the medics is going down. That sucks. All right, that's fine. He'll come back in a couple of rounds. I'm sure we'll be all right. We did get ourselves, let's say, 7 stacks of death rattle there, and there's the ancient sword. This ancient sword isn't triggering very often. I know there's a 2% chance, but I was kind of hoping that it might happen a bit more often than this. If I had a different class, it'd be better. Like, the knight always does taunting every 3 seconds, whereas I only get this if my skeletons fall and I summon a new one. So that doesn't happen quite as often as I would like, but oh well. All right, now once in a while you're going to get something special like this scavenger dude. And he's going to say, hey, you've got a bunch of relics. If you lend me one of them for 10 rounds, I'll give it back and something else. So if I lend my ancient sword, he'll bring me the Book of Life, which means my paladin gets extra healing from all sources, and if he takes fatal damage through his blessing, he heals. That's pretty good. I accept this. We could also lose the death rattle in favor of the rubber glove. The medic's dude's triage becomes stronger and heals extra people. Worth. So we're going to be a little bit weaker for a bit, but that's fine because overall in 10 rounds, we are going to be a lot stronger right before we get to the next boss. I think I can fight all these goats. I'm willing to take the risk here. I'm hoping my necro dudes do not go down. A couple got a little on the close side, but we are fine. I do need more medics. If I'm completely honest, more medics would be good. But sure, fine, let's just keep getting more necro dudes. I'm sorry, but like, necro dudes are good for me in this case. They're just solid. I can fight a bunch of rats, the skeletons will taunt all of them, so we're gonna be fine. And then the wizards are gonna just bring them all together. This is actually another thing I need, more wizards. Because all these enemies are swarming the skeletons and getting kind of put in one spot. But if I were to have, I need both of these though. I'll take extra medics for a second. But yeah, if they're all congregating in one spot, I cast Fireball, dude. In this case, little ducks, sure, Fireball, really good, as long as they're all going to be grouped up in one spot, which is exactly what's happening here. Boom, says the duck, and that's easy. So, like, literally, we have, like, an extra 15% attack speed from the Frenzy Stone right now. Like, that's pretty good. More medics, or more necro... You know what? More medics, actually fine. More of them, just still good. Now, the Dude Whisperer. We can start training up some of our regular dudes in 5 rounds, and they'll come back as something different. I can spend money to do this. What do I want? I will take an extra paladin and an extra wizard, all right? This is the only good use of your regular dudes. Now they're not in our party anymore, but in a few rounds, they'll come back a little bit stronger. Cool. I can fight 381 toddlers. That's fine. Taunt them all. I mean, they're literally just exploding. They spawn in and it's nothing but blood, carnage, everywhere you look. It's so satisfying. All right, more paladins or Franken dudes. I do kind of still think more Franken dudes isn't bad. They do some pretty solid damage, but paladins just keep Wake alive a little bit longer. Caboose, the dude type at the end of the roster, gets extra HP, not bad. Or all dudes gain evasion for 8 seconds when the battle starts. This could give me a chance to clear out small guys and then focus fire on the big targets. It's not bad, but I'm kind of inclined to lean towards something like the Caboose. Maybe that's not the right call. I could also use one of my dice and restock here for free. I could also just spend the money. Never use your dice on this, to be honest. It's better to save it for relics, or when you're trying to figure out exactly what classes you want to use. Both of these aren't bad. I'm going to take the false face because I have not used it before, and it might actually be really good. I'm going to take another pocket dice too, since those are hard to come by. Feral hogs, rams, or fight a leopard. I'm going to fight a leopard. I haven't fought one of these guys yet. We have that few seconds of evasion that hopefully will help. He's going to do a lot of damage. In fact, one of my paladins nearly got knocked down already. There goes one of the medics. Ooh, he's got some cleave attack of his own. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. That kind of hurts. More paladins or necro dudes, we already know the answer. Captain's hat, the dude at the top of your roster gains extra damage. That's pretty good. Dudes get more healing, not bad. Or if a dude gets thrown, I'm going to take the captain's hat. So now we need to think about how we want to rearrange this. I'm going to rearrange it so that the Franken dudes are going to be here at the top because 30% more damage is pretty solid for me. Alternatively, more necro dudes, but I don't know if the relic also impacts the skeleton dudes. I have no reason to believe that that's how it works. So we're gonna just not mess with that. Let's fight a whole bunch of small little tiny horses. That's gonna be a lot easier to deal with than any wolves, especially since I am a couple of relics down. I mean, the death rattle was actually pretty good. Like, I did like having that. Another wizard seems fine to me. Hogs and rams, or a horse-sized duck. These things are scary. I'm gonna take the hogs. I think maybe we can deal with the hogs. If it's looking like it's a little close, though, I might want to use an item. The further along the game you go, the more likely you're going to have to start using some of your consumables. So don't be afraid to hold on to these for a bit if you can, and then toward the end, and by the end I mean like, 80 rounds into the game, start using them liberally. They actually are worth a ton, and they're cheap to get at merchants, so it's usually worth it. Another medic seems fine. 884 rats. Again, you know how I feel about small targets. We'll do that. I'm going to go ahead and start speeding up fights from here on out, unless we're fighting something really big. So 1.5 times speed. So that's going to be a lot better. More wizards or paladins. I'll take another wizard. Our guys return, so we get more wizards and paladins anyway. There's our first gorilla. Do we think we can fight a gorilla? I don't know if I want to. There is a stallion, though. Stallions are a little bit annoying, or unicorns. So when they get down to 30% health, they panic and start running around and trampling. But I think we can beat it. So let's go ahead and fight a giant stallion. Now this guy is going to hurt. He kicks around, he hits a lot of your guys. It's going to be a pain. He's going to panic in a second. Look at him already knocking down 3 of my guys. That's how scary the big targets are. Oof. Oof. Not what I wanted to see, but it's all right. It's all right. Notice, by the way, that we're doing a lot of damage here. Maybe the Necro dudes actually would be better to do the damage. They got the better damage. I think maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we should do that. Let's get another paladin. I am going to move these guys up to the top then. I think that looking at that report, that makes me think that this is still the better way to go. Ruby Scepter. Every time a paladin's blessed targets get knocked out, we saw this before. Battle standard. Crit chance, I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna do a restock here. We'll see what else we can get. More HP is not bad, or just more damage. Both solid. So do I want to survive, or do I want to do more damage? I want to survive, because the longer I can survive, the more damage we can do. 536 toddlers. I'm gonna pick this just because it's fun to watch everything explode. Look at it, it's like confetti. Oh, happy birthday to me. More Necro dudes, always more. Hey, I get my stuff back. Now I get the Book of Life, which is really good for me, and I get the rubber glove, so my medics are now a lot more impactful. 232 tiny horses. That's like the toddlers. I don't care. We can fight tiny horses all day. Boom! All right, that was easy. So how far can you go in this game? Well, it's not exactly infinite, but I've made it to round 80 before and been completely fine. What I may need to do here pretty soon is just go ahead and start jump cutting, because I don't want this video to last for an hour long, but you get a pretty good idea for how fast-paced this game really can be, and it is, I will say, quite fun. Look at these Skeledudes and the damage they're doing. That flaming skull is really helping me out. I'm a fan. Do I want to fight cougars and wolves, or do I want to fight another one of those stupid stallions? Oy, oy, oy. Let's fight the cougars and wolves. This is going to be a real test and see how we can do here. The extra medics, man, that extra amount of HP they do. They heal an extra target, and they are a lot stronger in their heal, and they can give over healing. So, like, this should be a really big increase in damage for me. Business dude wants me to invest money to get money back. Nah, honestly, I prefer to have the money up front because relics now are better than later. So I'll do that. A gigantic bee? Let's fight a gigantic bee. He's a little scary. His stinger is massive, the size of my arm, but oh, we lost a paladin. No, I didn't want to lose a paladin. It's fine. We're doing great. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start jumping forward. Oh, actually, you know what? No, let's get to round 40 and do the next big boss fight, which is gonna be an alpha wolf and a bunch of small wolves. We'll definitely want to use some consumables there. I'm gonna buy, let's see, living wolf. This is really good. When a dude gets knocked out, all other guys get healed. Solid. And then leaky heart valve. Every 3 seconds, the Franken dude with more than 90% HP leaks his XH HP as healing. So now we have even more healing effects too. That's good. And I'm going to take the dude juice just in case I lose some guys. Let's get into this fight here. And before it starts, do I want to use a bottled lightning? No, I want to use a strange spore so we kind of spread our HP around. That should ideally make it a little bit easier for our medics to do their job. So now, if like one Necro dude is getting beaten on, he can spread that damage out to everybody, which is making this a lot easier. So we got a lot of wolves that are falling now. The alpha wolf cannot punch through. We have so many units of the same type. We are spreading that damage out like crazy. There we go. And take a look at this, by the way. We got 20% extra damage. We did get a whole bunch of healing because as the skeletons fall, they just heal me more. This is a good build. I'm liking it. This is good. More Necro dudes. Even better! When a Necro dude takes fatal damage, he sacrifices his skilly dude and then he's fully health. So that's great. Ooh, the golden shield. Paladin dudes get extra HP and can bless more dudes. No, we have so many Skeledudes, we're just gonna keep doing this. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just jump forward to some scarier fights. Ooh, a silverback gorilla. All right, this is the real trick then. Can 44 dudes with the power of darkness and the arcane on their side beat one silverback gorilla? I'm expecting him to beat the snot out of me here. Oh yeah, one medic is already gone. Now we're starting to get our overhealing effect, and there goes another medic. Okay, he knows exactly who he's taking down. There go the paladins. Yeah, 3 people taken down, but we beat a gorilla! Haha! And that answers the age-old question. Can 100 dudes beat a gorilla? Well, 44 can if they have magic. Oh my god, look at this. Bone Axe, Skeledudes get 40% more damage and 50% run speed, so they're in the fight all the time. That's amazing. Get it? Yeah, at this point, I feel like I almost don't need anything except for Necrodudes, maybe some more medics, and occasionally the mage and stuff. But, like, these guys are really good now. Oh my gosh. Hand sanitizer. Medic gets extra HP, gains temporary health every 2 seconds, equal to 10% of the HP he casts on a triage. That's really good. I accept. Lose the knuckle bones to get golden shield. Yes, yes, also good. Oh my god. Can we find a unicorn? Probably. It's basically just a glorified gigantic horse. Might lose a couple of dudes here, depending on how much extra healing I get out of the arrangement. I mean, he's getting hit pretty hard. He also runs around and tramples, too, when he gets panicked. He's hitting my medics like crazy. That's one thing that's bothering me. Everyone is surprisingly reasonably defensive. The Necro dudes and their skeletons are tanky, the paladins are tanky, even the wizards can escape. As long as my medics can stay out of the fight long enough, it's great, but they have to be in the fight to keep healing people. That's kind of the problem. Although now that I think about it, one of the great things about the relics I picked up, I got cleave on all of my my medics, right? Maybe they can hit a lot of targets and then hit that mark a little faster, and as a result, they heal faster? That could be a thing. Ooh, that's pretty good. Oh, here's an opportunity to make sure my wizards get a lot stronger. When casting a fireball, they have a chance of casting additional fireballs that can even chain. And then Spellbook, they get extra damage, and now they cast a fireball every 100 feet. So now I can just start casting fireballs everywhere. So I expect to see a lot of explosions on the map, everybody. And now I get my relics back. Hand sanitizer and golden shield. This is gonna be good. Okay, we're getting up to round 60, which means we're about to fight another big, scary boss. In this case, 61 feral hogs. Remember, they're stronger for the more of them that are around them, so this is going to really hurt in the first few seconds. Hammer of Smiting. Whenever our blessed target takes damage, we have a chance of smiting and stunning it. Great right now. Amazing right now. Holy crud, gimme. Also, I'll take the Parry Buckler plus a Meteor. This is going to have to be okay. I don't think it would be a bad idea to use things like Bottled Lightning early on and just try to stun some enemies. I mean, 7,000 damage is kind of a lot to spread around, but it's not going to kill anything, so I'm not sure that really helps me. The first 8 seconds I have evasion, but that's kind of it. I'm going to wait a second and see how things are looking. Surprisingly okay. I'm looking at our HP, and actually we're spreading that damage out around beautifully. The skeletons are doing their job. Never mind. We don't even need a single consumable. My party's amazing. Every time a skeleton died, we just kept healing ourselves. That was incredible. Rotting Steak. Your dudes get extra attack speed for every undead on your team. I'm always going to have a lot of this, so that's an option. Or when we attack, there's a chance they heal themselves. I mean, the self-healing isn't bad either. Attack speed or self-healing? I'm gonna take the self-healing. I'm sorry, I think it's gonna be better for me here. All right, here we go. This is where things start getting really hard, because now everything is just big, scary things everywhere you look. I'm gonna go ahead and use a Bottled Lightning and just stun a bunch of stuff for a second while I get myself reconvened. The horses are the thing that scare me. They got big cleave attacks. But dude, that extra healing though, my guys are so sustainable right now. I love it. 545 mallard ducks. I think we know exactly how this is gonna go. Boom! Look at the feathers and the blood fly! Even the mighty unicorn is no match for me anymore! Couple really good relics here too. Emergency ring. When we take fatal damage, there's a 15% chance we survive and become invisible, which means my medics can keep them alive, so this might give me sustain. Also, just extra toughness, so everyone's harder to kill. Solid. I'm going to take the fatal. I'm going to take both. I can afford it. Why not? Let's just take both. It's good. 450 gaze. Strangle them all. Oh, it's beautiful. You'll love to see it. All right, we can go ahead and give up some more relics again. Tourniquet. Whenever a medic dude takes damage that drops him below 30%, he gets attack speed, which means he heals even faster. That's amazing. And Bone Broth. When a dude gets knocked out, all Franken dudes heal. Both solid. I accept this. Ritual Dagger. When an enemy is defeated, there's a 3% chance a new Skeledude will appear. When you're fighting big groups, this is going to be freaking amazing, and we get better taunts, we get more stuff that die. Oh, God, it stacks up beautifully. It's beautiful. Fight the geese. Let's see if we can create a whole bunch of skellies. And the answer is probably yeah. I think we only got like 2 or 3 out of that arrangement, actually. Not as good as I was expecting, but whatever. It's fine. All dudes get a crit chance. We have so many dudes, why not? 616 geese! I mean, I watched all my health drop for a brief moment there, but we caught up. We're fine. We get our items back. Oh my god, my medics are even better and my Franken dudes are better. 942 mallard ducks. Can we do it? I think, whoa, that got close. That got really close. One of my wizards nearly died. But it didn't matter. Still, oh my god, this is so good. We're crushing it. All right, we're at round 80. That means we're about to fight 14 silverback gorillas. Oh, that's a scary one. Okay. When a Franken dude takes fatal damage, he simply eats a smaller dude to restore himself. He will try to eat the less useful dudes. Does that include my skeletons? Because if so, I actually want him to eat my guys. We'll try that. Also, whenever a dude drops below 50%, he has a chance to just heal himself. Yeah, why not? This seems great. All right, gorillas, huh? Well, I have a relic here called Ion Storm, so I want to use Bottled Lightning in the first 3 seconds of battle. It does extra damage and stuns them for a few seconds, which is really, really good. So we're going to do that. Stun! Boom! And only hit 3 of them. Well, it's not as good as I might have liked, but all right. Let's use a Spore to spread that damage around. So far, so good. Oh my gosh, the healing I am doing right now is incredible. And the more of these stupid gorillas that fall, the easier it gets to congregate all my damage in one spot. And again, I don't know, this kinda hurts. We're making it though, he's going down, those skeletons are too strong. I lost 3 guys in the last couple seconds, how dare you? I don't feel like that should have been allowed to happen there, if I'm completely honest. I think we should have been fine, but okay, round 80. Fireballs have a chance to bounce on impact and create more yes, more fireballs. Surprisingly, the people doing the most damage now are actually the paladins and the skelly dudes. The necro dudes have fallen off pretty hard here overall. Although if I made the wizard dudes get the extra damage, I kind of wonder if they might end up being better, because it increases the damage of their explosive area too. Would that be worth it? Maybe. Yeah, let's now bring the wizard dudes up to the top. Even though I only have 10, they're doing a lot for me right now. A grizzly bear. Oh, bears be scary. You don't want to fight a bear, dude, but here we go. Holy cram. Turns out we're completely fine, just have to heal our way through it. Holy crap. Yeah, I feel pretty happy about my choice to give the wizards the extra damage. That's really bumped them up. 37,000 just behind all my skellies. Super good, dude. Memento Mori. More healing? Yes. Oh my god, this could be good too. Look at this, Battle Hymn. The target of the Paladin's Blessing gets an extra 20% damage and 30% run speed. I've got enough Paladins giving 4 bubbles each. I can give out 80 bubbles out of my 94 dudes. This is such a huge damage increase, and I can boost this even more with the Ruby Scepter. Do it. I mean, I'm gonna make it to round 100 now, aren't I? Like, how could I not? Oh, it only gets better. If a paladin dude takes fatal damage, he fully heals. All paladins gain a stacking damage and cleave for the rest of battle. Or we could get the sequin vest and everyone gets evasion, but like, it's, oh my god, so freaking good. So now my wizards and my paladins all have a chance to just straight out not die if they should go down. And if I lose my skeledudes and stuff, the only people I'm worried about are my freaking medics. That's it. We're at round 90 and we're crushing it. Reduce the cooldown to summon new skeletons. Frick me, why not? If the skeleton goes down, we get them back on the field and they taunt more things. So yeah, cool, I'm losing skeletons. I'm also getting them faster and they die faster, which means I get more stacks. Oh my god. If you can't tell, I'm having a fair bit of fun with this right now. It's so stupid, but that's why it's fun. Even a grizzly bear backed up by 19 horses doesn't scare me anymore. And now I can get the caboose. The dude at the end of your roster gets 30% more HP. Okay, do I really want to make my paladin stronger? Or do I want to make, let's say, my medics last longer, or what? That's hard to say. I'm gonna take a bean burrito here, by the way, because I think now if my skeletons fall, they just create bursts of toxic gas, which we already know is worth a lot of DPS. That's good. So yeah, paladins, or make the medics last longer, or whatever. I mean, if I make the medics last longer, that doesn't seem bad. But how much longer, really? I mean, like, it's a fair bit. I think we'll just make the paladins super tanky. I think that's probably okay. All right, so I want to see if I start seeing toxic gas anywhere because my skeletons are dying. And I think I just saw little orange splatters of gas, so I think that's working now. I just got my relics now, so we have the Battle Hymn and the Ruby Scepter, so the paladins are stupid good now. Ooh, fight tigers? I don't know if I want to fight tigers. Tigers are a little scary. But panda bears? I mean, panda bears are stupid. What can they do? I'll fight the tigers. Let's see what happens. Tigers are going to throw my guys around and pounce on them in theory. Doesn't look like they're doing much, though. Oh, we're fine. I'm honestly unconvinced that I can be stopped at this point. I think we have a nearly invincible army. Yeah, now we're hitting level 100 here. What do we get next? If the medic dude is hit by damage for more than 15% and survives, he heals himself. Well, that's pretty good. When a Franken dude gets knocked out, he heals all active dudes for 300% of his max HP evenly split. Frick, man. I think I just want to keep the medics alive. I think that's actually going to be better for me here. So now we have to fight 24 diamondback gorillas with piercing. Can I do that? I think I can do that. We're going to find out here in a second, though I am going to start with a quick bottle lightning, stun a few of them, so I buy myself some time. We instantly lost one of our medics. That's no good. Drop a meteor on somebody? I mean, we could do that, or I can, honestly, I can just use another bottle lightning. Boom! There we go. Still not enough to kill anything, but we're weakening them, and everyone that falls is going to make this easier. Dude, if I get through this only losing one medic who got unlucky, like, I'm not even scared, man. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at these skeletons we had. We had 212. And look at the damage from the wizards and the Frankens. Wow. Wait, the game's not over? How many rounds are there, I tell you? I don't even know. The wizard dude gets a stacking 5% crit for every one time his fireball hits the ground. We shoot so many fireballs. Wait, okay, so from here on out, it's literally just like deathmatch. 101, 64 horse-sized ducks. Okay, here we go. And we start really far from each other. This is gonna hurt. Okay, I think we're fine through this round, but it's gonna get ramping up exponential difficulty from here on out. Look how much extra free healing I can get here. We've knocked out so much free healing right now just from all the freaking skeletons, and we're respawning them so fast. So I've lost 2 dudes out of the arrangement. 2! That's it! What next? 122 horses, 34 stallions, and a unicorn. It's gonna be hard, okay, but we're not losing anyone yet. Haven't killed any of them yet either, but like, I mean, I feel like we've got ourselves sustained here. I just need a few of them to start falling. They're cracking, little bit by little bit. Here we go. Not even a real thing, dude. Not even real. I am setting a record here for sure. Look how big the Frankens are, by the way. They just get bigger and scarier as time goes on. 229 feral hogs and 400 honey badgers, and we're spread out all over the place again. That's the worst thing that can happen here. Worst thing. Hold on. We're going to use a dude juice to respawn a few things. I'm going to use some strange spores to try and spread out damage. This might be the end. And it's all because I got spread out. No, we're going to make it. We're going to make it. But because I couldn't get my units together to fight and work together, that got me killed there. More paladins. Sure. I'm going to use a dude juice, a dude juice, a dude juice. I have so many of these stacked up. Why not? One more. There we go. Only 3 knocked down. 5 lions and 56 lionesses that can ignore taunts. All right, we're gonna do a bottled lightning, stunning a bunch, buy myself a little time. I mean, at this point, I see no reason not to use every consumable I can get. Losing some necro dudes. I mean, we're taking a lot of damage. Ooh, this is starting to hurt a little bit, but the lions are going down. They're huge, by the way, and there go lionesses. Okay. If I'm not allowed to have any more stores, this is only a matter of time. Let's get myself a replacement Necro Dude, more Bottled Lightning, pretty good. We can buy Dude Juice, do that. Padded Helmet. If we get thrown, we get some extra stuff. I mean, sure. Jazz Flute. If we evade an attack, we get crit chance. I don't think I have any evasion, really. So I'm going to do a pocket dice to restock. Organ Lists. If he gets knocked out, he heals everybody. Not bad. Bonfire, extra HP for everyone of the same family. That's 20% more HP for most of my units. I will take it for sure. Do I need more dude juice, or would I rather get the organ donors? I mean, frankly, my Franken dudes are not the ones dying, so I'm not sure that this is really going to help me that much. But when things die, they get more max HP, so this healing is so much more impactful. I'm gonna give it a shot. We can still afford a dude juice. Let's go ahead and do it. 11 saber-toothed tigers and 700 rams. Oh, wow. All right, meteor time. Go, God, boom. Thank you. Should have used a dude juice before this. Meant to, didn't. Whoops. Okay, hang on. Are we okay? Can we beat this? It depends. How quickly can we kill off all the goats so we can focus on the dang saber-tooths? Oh, I've lost too many units. I should definitely have used a dude juice in between those fights. I lost track a little bit, but we're still winning this. Round 105, man. Okay, one toddler. Wow, is it going to be a boss toddler and then so many gorillas? So many gorillas. Okay, we definitely need to use some dude juice this time around. Whew, here we go. Fight again. We want to use a bottle lightning to stun for 4 seconds on a bunch of them. That buys me a little time. The toddler died instantly. No surprises there. Getting a little close. I'm going to pop a mushroom, just make it a little bit easier to spread my damage out. Buy myself a little time for the medics to do their job. The big gorillas are starting to go down. Silverback's lasting a little longer, but they're starting to fall too. It's the necro dudes who are surprisingly being taken down here. But my Franken dudes just get stronger and stronger as this goes on. 229 stacks here. That's 229 skeletons that died, giving me 229% more HP and like 600% more damage on cleaving Franken dudes. Man, it's working. 20 grizzly bears, 26 big bees, 500 tiny bees. We're going to do a quick little meteor somewhere. Where can I hit a lot of targets? It's hard to say here. I'm going to do it right along here and see what happens. Go boom! Should have used a dude juice. Forgot again. Sorry, I'm so used to not even needing it at this point. But aside from a couple of necro dudes falling, like, we're sort of looking okay here. It just depends. I mean, we're not taunting enough. That's part of my problem. Yeah, we're losing a lot of necro dudes. If the necro dudes start to fall, that's when I'm in trouble. Because that's all the taunt that I need to stay alive. Okay, now we're in a bit of trouble here. Now we're in trouble. I'm going to have to use all my dude juice to stay alive going forward. But the Franken dudes are so big and tanky. If I could let them take all the hits, we'd be fine. There go a bunch of my wizards. So yeah, it's the grizzly bears just started cleaning house toward the end there. G-zums. Okay, more Franken dudes. I have to use my dude juice. 1, 2, 3. That's the best that I can do, huh? All right, I think this might be our last round. Every second, my enemies start doing more damage. Oh, yeah, it's over. Use a bottled lightning. We're just going to buy ourselves a little time, but I don't think it's going to matter. Use a health potion, just trying to get myself a bit more. Keep trying. More bottled lightning. Boom. Still not enough. All right, we're losing all of our necro dudes. We can use a quick meteor to try and take down some more of these stallions, but this is absolutely going to be the end. The Franken dudes gave it a very, very strong showing at the end there. Wow. Look at them with that 142,000 damage. This was a long-term play that worked out beautifully. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, after a whopping 108 rounds, we have indeed run out of dudes, and that is going to end the game. Now we get to view our collectibles. If we have picked up a bunch of relics or unit types we've never used before, we can go ahead and start filling in this menu. And as a result, now I've got silver stars on a bunch of these things, so we're getting some free dice. This is, if you can get to round 100, you get extra stuff. So we start with dice now. It is easier for me to figure out which dudes I want to have at the beginning of the game or any particularly good relics. This was such a phenomenal showing. It is ridiculous. And this is just the demo. I'm not really sure why it's only a demo. To me, this feels like a game that's ready to release kind of as is. But we'll see how they continue to develop it. I'm not sure if this is one of the things where you play it like 4 or 5 times, then you say you're done. But I played it several times with the demo, and I gotta say, I really enjoyed it. It's wacky, it's surprisingly strategic, it's extremely satisfying when you find a combo that works. They let you embrace a bit of a power fantasy here. And if you're going to be going up against a gorilla, that's exactly what you are looking for. I'll include a link in the description down below if you guys would like to give this game a follow or a wish list. No release date has been announced up to this point, nor a price tag, so I'm not sure what to tell you there, but I'm going to be following this game personally. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, hit that notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.